Hey y'all, welcome to B's Intuition. I'm B and I'm back with another general collective energy message. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I do cuss and I do tell the truth, so if you don't like either one of the two, then you probably should move on. I've already prayed over the cards and the energy, so we're just going to hop in and get this message. Please remember to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe, especially to those of you that are viewing the channel but have not yet subscribed. You don't want to miss out on the messages that God has for you. Also, please remember to take what resonates only and leave the rest for whoever it's for. Every message will not be your message. So with that being said, y'all, let's hop in. So I hope you guys are having a blessed day on today. For those of you that don't know, we do have a Patreon page. It is B's Intuition on Patreon. So you guys are more than welcome to join us. So somebody could be feeling, like kind of drained, or kind of burdened by, like always saying yes. I feel like somebody, needs to, like start saying no, instead of saying yes, like to please other people, because that is like a real act of self-love out here. I feel like, somebody, could just be feeling burdened, like by other people, other people's problems, other people's, other people's needs, other people's wants. And I feel like that somebody just needs to, say no. It's okay to say no. It's okay to, take care of yourself first. It's okay, to do what you need to do first. I feel like that somebody, also, needs to hold on to, like a bright and happy vision, of themselves. They need to hold on to, like a bright and happy vision of, successful outcomes. And they don't need to allow, fears or insecurities, to stand in their way. So something about, some fears and insecurities. I don't know, if somebody is scared to say no because of the outcome, So this is like a boss asking somebody, you think you can stay late? And so somebody, stays late, one day. And then, the next day, the boss, comes back and says, can you stay late? And so somebody stays late. But it's like, like a recurring situation. Like, after the first two times, somebody's boss, keeps asking, can you stay late? Can you stay late? And, somebody, they have other, responsibilities. They have other priorities, to take care of, but the person, that's being asked to stay late, they could fear, that they're going to lose their job, or they could fear, that there could be some repercussions from saying no. I feel like that somebody needs to know that it's okay to say no. So I don't know who needs to hear that. But yeah, somebody does. There are some big happy changes that definitely are about to take place for somebody. So I feel like that somebody, needs to get ready for that. There's also a good omen, that could be about to take place. Because I've been seeing a lot of butterflies, but specifically orange butterflies. And I usually don't see orange butterflies. I usually see, the black and orange butterflies, or different butterflies. I've never really saw, an orange butterfly. But I have been seeing orange butterflies a lot. And so an orange butterfly in a spiritual context often signifies joy, creativity, and emotional healing. It can also represent transformation, new beginnings, and a message of encouragement from loved ones. The orange color itself is associated with the sacral chakra, which governs creativity, pleasure, and emotional well-being. So somebody's sacral chakra could be activating. And so, with the sacral chakra being activated, I feel like it goes hand in hand, with somebody, saying no. Because at the end of the day, somebody, continuing to say yes, it could be stopping them, from going towards, their creativity, or going towards, their transformation, or, it's stopping somebody, from enjoying life, This is like people, that's always on somebody's phone all day, every day, asking for something, asking, can you do something for me? Yeah, can I talk to you for a minute? I got this problem. And it's kind of like, yeah, somebody, they could be spending more time, on, like other people than themselves. Something about that is very, very significant. But Holy Spirit, what is it that we need to know? Yeah, we got meditation brings answers. So maybe somebody, would benefit with meditating out here. If somebody's never meditated, maybe somebody, needs to try, to meditate. That could, like bring some answers to somebody. Maybe somebody, has been wanting, to like, figure out, like a different way, to, like handle what's going on. I really feel like, the simplest way is to say no. But somebody definitely needs to know that, yeah, meditation brings answers. We have forgiveness. I feel like when it comes to this forgiveness card, this is giving me, like somebody, like forgiving themselves. So somebody, could be saying yes just because, they feel like that they've, like done somebody or some people wrong. So it's kind of like, somebody, always saying yes, it's kind of like giving them, like some type of feeling of, people, like forgiving them, or, this is like, like somebody, like, I'm going to just use this as an example. So somebody, wasn't there, for a kid, and so, yeah, of course, they feel some type of way, they feel like kind of guilty by not being there for a kid. But then, like the other parent, they know, that somebody feels guilty, because they weren't there for the kid. And so, yeah, because that parent knows that they're guilty, they just call every day. They need something. You need to do this. You need to do that. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, yeah, like somebody, has stepped up to the plate. It's like better late than never. Somebody has stepped up to the plate. So it's kind of like, yeah, like somebody needs to forgive themselves, for, yeah, like not being there, for that however, long that they weren't there. Forgive themselves, but yeah, like know that, like they're there now, to, yeah, like, fulfill their obligation. So I feel like, yeah, like somebody needs to forgive themselves, but somebody possibly, yeah, could need to, like forgive other people. There could be somebody, that, yeah, could want to ask somebody for forgiveness out here. Yeah, and somebody definitely needs to know that, yeah, it's up to you. Going back to, like saying no, yeah, like it's up to you. Everybody, has a yes and a no, so yeah. We got look for a sign. So going back to, yeah, meditating, bringing answers. But, within meditation, yeah, look, for, like some type of sign. So if somebody, has been waiting for a sign, I feel like that, yeah, it could happen, like in a quiet time, when somebody's meditating, or when somebody, is, yeah, just like, taking, like time for themselves out here. Or that's what somebody needs to do. Take time for themselves. Yeah. Yeah, somebody needs to take time for themselves out here. But somebody also, yeah, needs to, like forgive themselves. It's kind of like, yeah, somebody needs to forgive themselves, because they've done the best that they could, they could do, you know what I mean? But somebody needs to know that, whatever's going on, it's up to you. Yep. And somebody, is definitely, yeah, being told, like, yeah, like to not stop, don't give up, keep moving forward. So let's just hop in and see what's going on, y'all. Holy Spirit. We got the third party card, but it came out in the reverse. So yeah, going back to, like, say no. This is kind of like, yeah, removing third party interferences, or yeah, like not dealing, with, yeah, like other people's problems, carrying other people's burdens. I feel like somebody definitely, yeah, needs to release a lot. Somebody needs to release, a lot of people, somebody, needs to release a lot of things, that, yeah, like doesn't serve their highest good out here. Mm-hmm. Give me another one, please, Holy Spirit. Somebody definitely, yeah, could be going through, like a transformation out here. And so, yeah, the transformation, could, yeah, involve, releasing things that don't serve their highest good. Give me another one, please, Holy Spirit. Just give me one, please. I don't know. Somebody, could be hearing voices out here. So somebody, possibly, yeah, could benefit, with like meditating, that is a form of healing. But the voices that somebody, could be hearing, could be, yeah, like the voices of, like somebody's loved ones. Going back to the orange butterfly. Mm-hmm. There could be, yeah, like some loved ones, passed over loved ones, that could be trying to help somebody, like go through, like this transformation out here. We got the entertainer card, but it came out in the reverse. I don't know. We could definitely, yeah, be hearing about some entertainers out here. But I mean, we always hear about entertainers, especially people that are on social media. Something about social media could be significant. Maybe that's what somebody needs to do, like take a break from social media, or, yeah, just stop social media completely. That could be, like something that could be interfering, with somebody's, like creativity out here. But it's something about, yeah, like somebody, like being so overwhelmed because, yeah, like they don't say no. Yeah, that they could just like, like stop doing stuff, that, yeah, like is a part, of, like them, like growing, or them, like progressing in their life. Mm-hmm. Ooh. We have the yo-yo card. The yo-yo on a string. Something about, yeah, control. Maybe somebody, yeah, they're realizing that they, like need to also, not only release, like third parties, or third party interferences, yeah, they need to, like release control. But this is like, like somebody playing a game. So I don't know. Maybe there's somebody, that could, yeah, find out, that, yeah, like, people, yeah, reaching out to them, or, yeah, like trying to overwhelm them. Yeah, it's a part of a game, Mm-hmm. But, yeah, something about, yeah, the game of control out here. But y'all see this hand? This is giving me, like God's hand. So it's kind of like, yeah, somebody needs to know that, yeah, like God is in control. So with that being said, like God is in control, but at the same time, yeah, free will. So everybody has free will. So even though God is in control, we, have the right, to make our own choices and decisions. So I feel like that somebody, could be being tested out here, tested to see what they're going to do. This could be, like a test of faith as well. So going back to, yeah, like somebody's insecurities, somebody's fears. So this is like, like, yeah, like somebody's scared to tell their boss no, but it could be God testing somebody, like, do you have the faith to say no? And even if they, fire you, do you have enough faith in me to know that, yeah, like you're going to get another job, or, you're still going to move forward? So something, yeah, that could be significant for somebody, but I feel like that, yeah, like it's something that's within somebody. This could just be, like, yeah, like somebody, has already always, like been in control, or, like somebody, has always been, like the go-to person, but it's kind of like, that mentality, could, yeah, like be taking somebody farther away from, like, their purpose, or, like farther away from, yeah, like, the light at the end of the tunnel. Why is this third party in the reverse here? Somebody, could have some type of mental issues, that they, need to deal with out here. Maybe that, maybe, yeah, like somebody, a part of somebody's transformation, yeah, they could realize that they need to go within, But I feel like that there is somebody that, yeah, like they feel like that they're being controlled. But it's up to them, you know what I mean? It's up to them, to feel, like that they're being controlled. Or, yeah, it's up to them, like to free themselves. Just give me one, please. Yeah, we got the lesson card. Somebody's first, middle, last name could start with an N. So somebody definitely, yeah, could be about to learn some type of lesson out here. Wow. Somebody, could be trying to control, like the lesson. So it's kind of like, like somebody, yeah, they know, that like something is going on. So this could, yeah, have something to do with somebody's transformation. So they could, like feel, that, yeah, like there's a transformation that's taking place. Whoever this is, they could be trying to fight, the transformation, or they could be trying to, like control, yeah, like what happens, or, they could be trying to control, yeah, like, I feel like somebody, could be in denial, because going back to, yeah, like God is in control. So this is like somebody, that, yeah, like they could be meditating because they want answers, they could be praying, they could be looking for signs, but it's kind of like, yeah, like the answers could have already been brought to them. Yeah, the sign, could have been shown to them multiple times, but yeah, like they're still trying to control something. And so I feel like that, yeah, like if you go to God, and yeah, ask God, for help, or ask God to show you a sign, then yeah, you need to, like allow God, like to, yeah, help you, or, like allow God to, yeah, like show you the sign, or yeah, pay attention. So, somebody definitely could be about to learn a lesson, and it has something to do with finances out here. I feel like somebody definitely, yeah, could be about to be shown something. You know what I mean? This is like somebody, that, yeah, like they don't want to, like they're fighting, learning a lesson, or they're fighting a transformation, and yeah, they're about to be shown something. This could be, like be shown something through somebody else, or this is like, yeah, like somebody being put in somebody's life to be a lesson or a blessing. And so somebody, they didn't take somebody as a blessing, so, yeah, the person is a lesson. But either way it goes, if somebody, is looking for answers or looking for signs, yeah, it could be that somebody, the answer is right in front of them. It could be a person. But this is also, too, the Pisces card. So you could be a Pisces or have Pisces in your chart, or there's a Pisces involved. Give me another one, please. Somebody definitely, yeah, could benefit, with like writing down, like somebody, could benefit with journaling, or, like writing down, this is like, like making a list, of like your priorities, or making a list, of, like this could be like a schedule, I feel like somebody needs to stick to something, This is like sticking to, like the schedule that they wrote down, or sticking to, like going back to, yeah, believing, that God is in control. So yeah, stick to that. Like don't, yeah, like say that God is in control, and then, yeah, like you try to take control. It's either you're going to allow God to, be in control and allow God to work, or yeah, you can be in control, and then yeah, you just gonna have to learn some type of lesson out here, or just keep learning lessons. There's somebody that definitely is about to find out, like what they think that their reality is. It's not reality. So somebody, could be living in fantasy world mentality, but they're thinking that they live in reality. So somebody, yeah, they could be about to, like get a reality check out here. Yeah, we got new beginning. So something about, yeah, learning a lesson about, like a new beginning. Or somebody, could be about to embark on a new beginning. I don't know if somebody's trying to control their new beginning, but it's kind of like, yeah, God is in control. That's what you said you wanted, didn't you? But look, somebody's first, middle, last name could start with an O. But look, we have N and O. So something about, yeah, somebody needing to say no. And this could have something to do with, yeah, whatever, they keep saying yes to. Yeah, it could be stopping them from, yeah, like going towards their new beginning. Wow. Why is this control here? Yeah. Somebody definitely, yeah, could be about to find out, yeah, that something is serious out here. But with this being God's hand, this is like, yeah, like somebody finding out, that, yeah, like God is in control. You know what I mean? And God, yeah, is serious, about whatever this is. So I feel like that, I don't know if, like somebody didn't take God seriously, or somebody's not taking God seriously. This could be like somebody praying, going back to, yeah, that whole spiel, and then, yeah, like God answers, or God shows somebody a sign, and yeah, like they're not paying attention, or they're not hearing, what they want to hear, so then, yeah, like they get mad at God, or they're like, God, why is I'm always the one going through stuff or whatever. I feel like somebody definitely needs to let go of control. Maybe, somebody, could be about to realize that that's what they need to do. But something about somebody's son, because we got S-O-N, so something about somebody's son is significant. The Son of God, which is Jesus. So something about Jesus. Somebody definitely, yeah, could be a descendant of Jesus out here. Something about, yeah, God's son. When you're children of God, whether you're a man or a woman, yeah. So like if you're a man, yeah, you're the son of God. If you're a woman, you're a daughter of God. So something about, yeah, like somebody being, like a son of God. So it's something about, yeah, like somebody, it's giving me, like somebody, that, yeah, like they have a purpose to fulfill, but they're allowing, like everything, under the sun, to, yeah, like stop them from fulfilling the purpose, by not saying no. But I don't know. Going back to, yeah, saying no, somebody, could have, yeah, like denied God out here. At the bottom of the deck, we got a main male, so there's a masculine energy. Yeah, we got the Lovers. So Gemini energy. You could be a Gemini, have Gemini in your chart, or there's a Gemini involved. Somebody definitely is about to learn a lesson out here. And I feel like, it has something to do, with, yeah, like, their purpose. It has something to do, with, like, like what the Most High God has called them to do. But this is also giving me too, like somebody learning, like a lesson, yeah, like through somebody. So that could be, what's going on, going back to, yeah, the lesson or the blessing. Yeah, we got the courthouse. So somebody definitely, could, like have to go to court. This could be spiritual court or physical court. But I feel like with this courthouse coming out, it's giving me, like justice is going to be served. Like justice will prevail out here. But if y'all see, the judge has, like 2 documents in their hand. So something about, So somebody, whoever this person is, a part of, like their calling, or a part of, like them, like being on their path. Yeah, they could be supposed to be on a path with somebody else, So this is like, with like their divine counterpart. So somebody, they could be allowing, like everything to interfere, with, like what they're supposed to be doing under, like the Most High God. But there definitely could be somebody, that could be trying to use, like some type of legal situation, like to control somebody. Yeah, it came right back out. Main male. January the 15th could be significant. January the 23rd could be significant. 2015 could be significant. 2023 could be significant. This one is giving me, like a chosen one. So yeah, somebody could be a chosen one out here. So it's kind of like, whatever's going on, whatever's going on, it's interfering, with like a chosen one. It's interfering with like a chosen one's calling, a chosen one's purpose. It's interfering with, a chosen one getting on their path. This could have something to do, with, like somebody's creativity. So whatever, like somebody, was meant to do, it's whatever's going on, it's stopping them, from, like doing it. But I feel like, because God is in control, it could be a mental thing, or it goes back to, somebody, thinking that they're living in reality, but like they're really living in a fantasy world mentality. And so whoever this is, they could be, about to get a reality check, they could be about to, realize, that they're a chosen one, like they have a calling, what I mean? They need to, be doing, what, like the Most High, is wanting them to do. This is somebody, that, I don't know. This is somebody, that somebody could have ghosted, or this person could have ghosted somebody. But something about, like somebody needing to, like clear their head. But I feel like that somebody, could be learning some type of lesson out here, because it's kind of like, like there's somebody, that, was put in somebody's life in order to, like help them, This could be, to help them, like to go through a transformation, to help them, like to, get out of fantasy world mentality, and, like live in reality. So somebody, they could have, they could have, like, disappeared on somebody, or they could have, like they could have denied somebody. But this is like, the person that they could have denied is the person, that the Most High God, could have put in their life, to bring forth answers. The person that they could have, like denied could be, like the person, that was the sign from, God. So I don't know. I feel like the God could be offended out here for real. We got a water sign, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Ooh. But something about, somebody's son. We definitely, picked up on when I used the example, of like somebody, like not being there, for a kid. So something about that is significant. We got confession. Somebody, could have some type of serious confession out here. Somebody definitely, yeah, could have something to tell somebody. It could be a water sign, a Cancer, Pisces, or a Scorpio. This could be somebody that ghosted somebody. Definitely, yeah, is a masculine energy out here. But something definitely, yeah, is serious out here. Yeah, somebody definitely, yeah, has something to say. There's something that somebody really wants to, like share with somebody, but they could be waiting for the right time to tell somebody. I don't know. It could have something to do, with somebody's son. Something serious, could happen to somebody's son out here. But whoever this is, they could be at a distance from somebody. It could be either, like they could be physically distant, or, they could be emotionally distant out here. But yeah, when it comes to, yeah, like that control situation, yeah, somebody could be a narcissist. So somebody, could be too full of themselves. So it goes back to, yeah, somebody living in fantasy world mentality, and yeah, they need to be living in reality. Wow. There definitely, yeah, could be somebody, that could be manifesting, like, yeah, like whatever this is. This is like somebody manifesting problems, going back to, yeah, like somebody, yeah, everybody has a yes or a no. So, you keep saying yes, to, yeah, every time somebody calls, or if you keep saying yes when the boss asks, can you work late? Yeah, it's basically, yeah, you're bringing on, yeah, like issues. You're bringing on, yeah, like chaos, havoc, and pandemonium in your own life. But somebody definitely, yeah, they could have manifested somebody. And so it's kind of like, yeah, so the Most High God, answered when somebody, yeah, they manifested. So they manifested a divine counterpart. And so it's kind of like, yeah, you manifest a divine counterpart, you're given a divine counterpart, and then, yeah, you deny, the divine counterpart. So I feel like, the Most High could be offended. But so it's kind of like, yeah, so if that's the case for somebody, I feel like there could be, like a new divine counterpart, they could be, like entering the scene for somebody. But somebody definitely, yeah, could be in manifestation mode out here. Yep. We got the witches at the bottom of the deck, so something about some witches could be significant. So I don't know. Somebody, could be involved with some witches. Why this confession here? We got soul tie. Somebody, could have some type of soul tie with some witches. Or somebody, yeah, they went to, like some witches, and they got some type of work done, to, yeah, like try to tie themselves to somebody, try to bind themselves to somebody. So maybe somebody, could want to confess about that. We got an air sign. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So there's a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius involved. There could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius that somebody ghosted, or there's a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius that ghosted somebody. Somebody could be a Gemini, Cancer, cusper, Libra, Scorpio, cusper, Aquarius, Pisces, cusper. Somebody definitely, yeah, has been gaslighting somebody out here. Somebody's been lying to somebody. I feel like somebody's been, yeah, they've been lying to somebody, but they've been lying to themselves. Yep. So somebody definitely needs to know that, yeah, like, they weren't crazy. So somebody, was trying to make somebody feel like that they were crazy. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Somebody knows exactly what somebody's talking about. Somebody's not crazy. Yeah, somebody was right. Somebody just wasn't strong enough to admit it. So maybe, yeah, like somebody, is going through some type of transformation, or, like somebody, yeah, they're getting a reality check. So this is like, like somebody, could have, yeah, told somebody, yeah, it's time, for you to, start saying no. It's time for you to draw the line. You know what I mean? And maybe, like somebody, could be realizing it too late. Somebody, could be realizing, that they need to draw the line after, like something has gotten like too far. Something has, like gotten real serious out here. Wow, but there goes that no. Somebody definitely, could be, like afraid to like open up to somebody. Being raw and authentic with, like somebody's emotions is something that somebody's still working on. So somebody, has some type of issues when it comes to emotional intimacy. Somebody, could have, like a problem, like with being, like real and authentic, especially when it comes to their emotions. But I feel like somebody has a problem, being real and authentic, period. Ooh. Something about, like somebody's past. I don't know if that's a part of somebody's confession out here. Yep. But somebody definitely, is being told, like to trust their gut feeling. Somebody's being told to trust their intuition out here. So somebody, they've been feeling like that somebody's been lying or being gaslighting them. Yeah. Somebody needs to know that, they were right. Somebody could possibly, want to confess, that, like somebody was right. Yeah. Somebody, could have told somebody, that they need to let go. You know what I mean? Yeah, they need to say no. Yeah. But there is a change. Look at the butterfly. So, yeah, change, transformation. But, yeah. Yeah. Somebody needs to let go and make room for the new beginning that's on its way to them now. There definitely, could be somebody, that, like they've been playing like that they're single. You know what I mean? Maybe whoever this is, they could have been in a relationship. I don't know. Maybe, like whatever this confession is, somebody, could be single, by at the end of, like the confession. Something about somebody's guardian. So somebody, could be the legal guardian of a son. Or somebody, could be trying to become the legal guardian of a son. But somebody definitely needs to know that, there's a guardian angel, that's watching over somebody. There's a passed over loved one that's watching over somebody. We got pregnancy. So somebody, could be expecting a child out here. So that could be a confession, that somebody, could want to, confess to. Or there could be somebody, that could be confessing something to somebody. And so whoever this somebody is, they could be, like mad. Wow. Yeah, somebody definitely is addicted to the attention of other people. They love feeling wanted and needed. They don't feel whole without it. So something about somebody being an attention seeker out here. Somebody's a narcissist for real, for real. But we got the last laugh. So there could be somebody, you know, they could be wanting to get the last laugh out here. But I feel like like whoever the lesson or blessing is, they're going to get the last laugh. Because something about, somebody or some people finding out that, like God is in control. But there is somebody, you know, that, they want to get the last laugh. This could be the person. So like somebody, you know, could be confessing something to somebody, you know, and so, they feel like that they, you know, gonna get the last laugh, you know, by, like trying to, you know, like sabotage somebody. Yep. We got cycles. So something about, like somebody repeating cycles out here, but we talked about that, yesterday? But something is faded out here, or there could be a faded event that could be about to take place. Somebody definitely, could be about to receive some karma. But there is something that has ended out here, so that something, you know, like new can begin. So I feel like that somebody, you know, could have ended it with somebody, you know what I mean, to like have a new beginning with somebody, and like whoever this is, they think that they're going to get the last laugh. Yep. Somebody's been playing games out here. So this is a game to somebody. The way that somebody's acting, responding, or posting is to get somebody's attention out here. So something about, social media. But whoever thinks that they're going to get the last laugh, they're not. But there could be somebody, you know, that, they have some type of karmic debt to pay. And so, they could be, you know, be about to pay it now. But something is ending so that something new can begin. So somebody going towards, you know, like their future. But somebody, you know, they definitely, could have been, you know, like, lying to somebody. And maybe they want to confess. But we got soulmate. So somebody definitely, could have been playing games with their soulmate out here. So if that's the case, then there's a new soulmate, you know, that's about to come in for somebody. But I feel like too, you know, because like somebody's embarking on a new beginning. This is like there's somebody, you know, that like now they want to come in, you know, saying, you know, like confessing and, you know, I'm your soulmate, you know, it's written in the stars, we're supposed to be together. So I feel like somebody just needs to be aware of that. Somebody's life path could be the number 5. It's all about change out here. And then we got change. So there's a change that's about to take place. For sure. There could be somebody, you know, that could be, like sending somebody irritation energy out here. I don't know. Somebody, you know, could find out that, like they definitely, have some type of soul tie with some witches out here. Somebody definitely, could be about to be blindsided. For somebody, like somebody has already been blindsided, you know, by like somebody's change out here. But somebody definitely, could be about to be blindsided. This could be, you know, like with a letter from the courts. Or they could be blindsided by, like some serious information out here. Somebody possibly, could be about to be panicking. There could be somebody or some people, you know, that, like they thought that somebody wasn't going to change out here. We got summer. So, I mean, technically we are in summer. So, you know, whatever's going on could be going on now. Somebody's name could be Summer. But we got 555. So, you could be seeing the angel number 555, but there is a change that's occurring. But change, transformation, you know, it's all the same. Somebody definitely, committed a spiritual violation out here. So some type of cord has been cut. So this could be, like a divine counterpart, you know, that could have, you know, violated, you know, like some type of spiritual violation out here. Or there's somebody or some people, you know, going back to, yeah, the witches, yeah, whoever these people are, yeah, they violated some type of spiritual violation. Mm-hmm. And whoever this is, you know, they could have, you know, violated a spiritual violation. They could be refusing to apologize out here. Refusing to apologize, you know, for like their feelings and their emotions. Or something about, yeah, like, I feel like somebody doesn't need to apologize when it comes to, you know, like how they feel. But somebody, you know, so yeah, like, if somebody, you know, was sending irritation energy somebody's way, or you know, like somebody, you know, like doing something, you know, yeah, so going back to, yeah, like somebody being overwhelmed, you know, but yeah, like they don't know, you know, yeah, that a part of why they're being overwhelmed is because, yeah, there's some people that's sending them irritation energy. Yeah, they could have, you know, like done something, you know, out of, yeah, like their feelings or their emotions. They could be refusing to apologize. But I feel like yeah, there's somebody that doesn't need to apologize for how they feel, or how they, you know, like how they, you know, like respond, you know, to, yeah, like whatever, you know, like it's taking place. But somebody definitely, yeah, could be about to have to make some type of important decision out here. And it could be after, you know, like somebody receives, you know, like some type of eye-opening information out here. We got November. So something, you know, could take place by November. Somebody, you know, could receive some eye-opening information in November. Or there's somebody, you know, they committed some type of spiritual violation in November. You know, like the past November. Or this November could have been in 2015, 2023. Yep, so there's a swift change that's about to take place. There could be a swift change that could take place, you know, like this November. We got text message. So somebody, you know, could receive a text message. Somebody, you know, yeah, they could like express their feelings and emotions in a text message. I don't know. Somebody, you know, could receive a text message from the F to the B to the I, or the F to the B to the I, you know, could be involved in something. So it goes back to, yeah, something is serious out here. Something, you know, could have happened in 2015, or something could have happened in 2023, you know, and it could be, you know, like coming back around. Somebody's life path could be the number 8. Which is all about manifestation, but we did see the manifest card. But we got karmic soulmate. So somebody, you know, could receive a text message from a karmic soulmate, or yeah, there's a karmic soulmate that, yeah, committed some type of spiritual violation out here. You could be seeing the angel number 444. Yeah, somebody definitely needs to know that they're protected out here. I mean, there could be somebody, you know, that, yeah, or some people that can find out how serious somebody is about somebody out here. But there could be a karmic soulmate, or whoever this is, you know, that, yeah, they could be panicking now, because they could be finding out, you know, how protected somebody is, or they could be finding out, you know, yeah, like how serious somebody is about somebody. But yeah, there goes that fake DM or DF. So something about a fake divine feminine or divine masculine out here. Somebody's being protected, yeah, from a fake divine feminine, fake divine masculine. They're being protected from a karmic soulmate as well. So something about, yeah, like somebody, you know, like having, you know, like, yeah, a divine counterpart. Yep. So there could be somebody, you know, that could be trying to win somebody back out here. It could be a karmic soulmate. But I feel like somebody's, you know, like being protected, you know, from whoever this is. But I feel like that somebody, you know, just needs to, yeah, know what's going on. Somebody's trying to win somebody back because, yeah, they thought that somebody wasn't going to change. And so somebody changed. And so, yeah, yeah, they see, you know, like that somebody's change, you know, was, yeah, like good. So they could be trying to win somebody back. But whoever this is, they could be panicking. So I don't know. Something about, yeah, somebody confessing something. Somebody, you know, could be going through a family tragedy. And so somebody, you know, could want to, you know, like tell somebody the truth out here. Or that's what somebody, you know, yeah, they going back to, yeah, somebody's been gaslighting, somebody's been lying. And so, yeah, they could manifest, you know, like, yeah, this family tragedy. Somebody's first name or last name could start with an O. We got a funeral. So somebody, you know, could be panicking, and it has something to do with a funeral out here. There could be a funeral, you know, that could take place in November. Or, yeah, that family tragedy, you know, could have something to do with a funeral. We got unpaid bills and debt. So somebody, you know, could have some type of unpaid bills or some type of debt. It could have something to do with a funeral. Something about, yeah, like somebody receiving, you know, like some text message or, you know, like some type of confirmation of some type of unpaid bills or debt out here. Somebody, you know, could be panicking about, yeah, like some type of unpaid bills or debt. We got clown. So somebody definitely, yeah, is about to be looking like a clown out here. Somebody definitely, yeah. Somebody definitely, yeah, could have tried to downplay somebody's emotions out here. And that could be the person that could be about to, yeah, receive a reality check. But we got an Aquarius, so you could be in Aquarius and have Aquarius in your chart, or there's Aquarius involved. Somebody's first name or last name could start with an A. We got revenge. So somebody needs to be aware. Because somebody possibly, yeah, could be trying to get some type of revenge on somebody. But I feel like whoever this is, yeah, they're going to be looking like a clown. Whoever this is, they could have some type of social media meltdown out here. But it goes back to, yeah, somebody, you know, like, yeah, doing something for attention, you know, like seeking the attention of other people, or, you know, yeah, like trying to seek somebody's attention. So there could be somebody that could be trying to win somebody back. And so, yeah, like they're trying to win somebody back at all costs. So if they have a social media meltdown, you know, somebody's going to come running, you know, but whoever this is, they could be trying to win somebody back. But I feel like like they're doing it all the wrong way. But somebody, you know, could have a social media meltdown, and it could have something to do, you know, with, yeah, like a family tragedy out here. We got an Aries, so you could be an Aries that have Aries in your chart. There's an Aries involved. Something, you know, could have happened in Aries season. We got out of options. So I don't know, you know, if, yeah, like somebody, you know, was, yeah, like they done the most, you know, to try to win somebody back or try to get somebody's attention. And, yeah, like it's not working. And so, you know, the last option, you know what I mean? Or really not the last option, because they're out of options. So the only thing left to do is to try to get some revenge on somebody. So I feel like somebody just needs to be aware. But somebody definitely, yeah, is tied up in somebody else's drama out here. Somebody definitely, yeah, is looking like a clown. Somebody, you know, could have gotten tied up in, yeah, like a karmic soulmates drama. Somebody, you know, could be trying to get revenge, you know, by, yeah, like exposing, you know, like somebody. So going back to, yeah, like the witches. So whoever these witches are, they could have went in somebody's Akashic records. You know what I mean? So, yeah, spiritual violation. And so, yeah, they could have found out some information. So, yeah, they try to get some type of revenge by using some information, you know, like against somebody. But something definitely, yeah, could be going on at a distance. For sure. But, yep. Somebody's confidence is definitely, yeah, taking a big hit. Yep, but we got new beginning at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, somebody is embarking, yeah, on a new beginning. So, you know, whatever's going on, somebody doesn't need to stoop to, yeah, their level out here. We got a Pisces. So you could be a Pisces or have Pisces in your chart, or there's a Pisces involved. We got divine masculine. So this definitely, yeah, could be somebody's divine masculine out here. Or yeah, somebody doesn't need to stoop to somebody's level because, yeah, there's like a new, you know, this is giving me, yeah, like a new sheriff in town. Somebody definitely, yeah, could have tried to pay authorities to convict somebody. So that could be what somebody, you know, could be finding out. For somebody, it could be, yeah, like somebody's own, you know, divine masculine, which, yeah, like they're not a divine masculine if that's the case. But somebody, you know, yeah, they could be mad, trying to get some revenge on somebody. They feel like that somebody, you know, yeah, they're leaving, you know, like their family behind. But this is also too, yeah, like somebody, you know, like choosing, yeah, to like embark on a new beginning, you know, which means, yeah, leave their family behind, you know, and yeah, go towards what the Most High God wants them to go towards. But somebody needs to know that, yeah, somebody doesn't have integrity out here. So going back to, yeah, somebody gaslighting, somebody lying. Yeah, we got ready to commit. So there could be somebody, you know, that, yeah, going back to, yeah, somebody committed a spiritual violation. And so, yeah, somebody's out and somebody else is in. Yep. Somebody definitely, yeah, doesn't need to stoop, you know, to, yeah, whoever these people are at level. You could be a divine masculine, or this is about a divine, somebody's divine masculine. Yeah, but yeah, there is a new beginning that is on the horizons for somebody out here. So yeah, somebody doesn't need to stoop to their level. There could be somebody that could be ready to commit. It could be a Pisces. Or, you know, or you could be a Pisces, so somebody, you know, could be ready to commit to you. Be aware of, yeah, like a master of justification out here. So somebody, you know, could want to justify something that they done. So there's somebody that definitely, yeah, lied for somebody. And now they're mixed up, yeah, in the drama. So going back to, yeah, tied up in somebody's drama. Somebody, you know, could find out that somebody lied for somebody. So going back to, yeah, like somebody's son. Something about, yeah, somebody's guardian. A legal guardian. Something about that is significant. But somebody definitely lied for somebody. And now they're mixed up in the drama. So there could be somebody, you know, that, yeah, they could want to, you know, like diffuse the situation now. And it could be because, yeah, somebody had a dream about their fate. So something about, yeah, fate. Somebody definitely, yeah, lied for somebody, you know, or lied to somebody to try to cause somebody, yeah, to like disturb somebody's peace out here. But somebody definitely, yeah, could be struggling with a decision out here. And it could have something to do, you know, with, yeah, like parting ways or, you know, yeah. This could be, yeah, struggling with a decision, you know, like to leave their family behind. But somebody possibly, yeah, could realize that, yeah, like there's some people that are not happy for them out here. But I feel like there's some people that are not happy for somebody that, yeah, like they started a situation. Now they're trying to diffuse a situation. There could be people that are not happy for somebody because, yeah, somebody, you know, could be ready to commit, you know, to, yeah, like their journey, ready to commit, you know, like, yeah, to their life path. there could be somebody, you know, that, yeah, they're not happy for somebody, and yeah, they're trying to get revenge on somebody. You could be seeing the angel number 1244. Yeah. Somebody's being told to stay balanced, grounded, and focused out here. But there is somebody that their blessing definitely could be being revoked. So it goes back to a lesson or a blessing. So if the blessing is being revoked, somebody's about to learn a lesson. So somebody, you know, could have had a chance to start some type of new beginning. Yep. And whoever this is, they know, you know who they are now. Yep. So somebody definitely needs to know that, everything is being put in place for your new life. But somebody definitely needs to be aware, because, there is somebody that definitely, could be going back to their old ways out here. And it could have something to do with, black magic and spells. Somebody definitely is into black magic and spells. Somebody definitely, they are connected to some witches out here for sure. Somebody, you know, they could try to do some type of spell work, you know, to, bind themselves to somebody, or, you know, like, have, you know, like some type of new beginning out here. But somebody definitely, was taking unethical actions to live another life out here. So that's a part of, spiritual violation. And there is somebody that definitely, could be getting readings on somebody. And whoever this is, they're pissed. Somebody definitely, could be trying to figure out what somebody knows or how somebody knows some stuff. But it goes back to, like somebody getting readings. So, somebody, you know, could just trying to, play a game with somebody. So, if somebody's getting readings on somebody, you know, and somebody's like, what do you know about this? What do you know about that? Or, you know, I feel like somebody already knows because they're getting readings. They just want to, play a game with somebody. Or, there were people that were playing games with somebody, and now, they realize it. There definitely is somebody that wants somebody to be in debt. This is physically. This is karmically. This is somebody that somebody, you know, could have been in a short-term situationship with. Or there's somebody, you know, that, they were in a short-term situation with somebody. You know, and that could be the one that could be trying to get some revenge. Or this is somebody that somebody has only known for a short amount of time. Yep, we got a Gemini, so heavy Gemini energy out here. We got a karmic relationship. So somebody, you know, could be in a karmic relationship, or something about somebody, like trying to put somebody in a karmic relationship out here. So we got to expect the phone call. So somebody definitely, is needing to expect the phone call out here. But there is somebody, you know, that, they belittle somebody's achievements out here. So I feel like somebody just needs to use caution. But whoever this is that belittles somebody's achievements, they're jealous and envious of somebody. So somebody just doesn't need to stoop to their level. This is somebody, you know, that could have been exposed for being a liar, and they're mad. Yep. So whoever this is, every man for themselves. So something about, I feel like that, like somebody's protected out here. But this is like, like people thinking, you know, that, like, they're exempt, you know what I mean? Or like they're protected. There's some people that aren't protected from whatever this is. But something going back to, like somebody saying no. So like every man for themselves. So there is somebody that definitely, could want to reveal some information to somebody out here. That could be the person, you know, that, like could want to confess some stuff to somebody. But when it goes back to, the every man for themselves, whoever, you know, lied for somebody, and now, you know, like they're mixed up in the drama. It's kind of like, like, everybody, people are on their own. Somebody, you know, could, like, they could turn their back on some people. But going back to, leaving family behind. So something about, like somebody's family. Somebody, could be turning their back on their family because, they could be finding out some information about their family. But we got wave the white flag. So there's somebody or some people that definitely, could want to wave the white flag out here. There is somebody or some people that thought that, like somebody was a fake puppet on their string. It could be, a divine masculine. Yep. But there is somebody or some people that have, like some type of animosity over somebody's winning mindset. So, somebody's being told, to keep winning out here. And whatever bad news, that somebody receives, it's their bad news, not yours. Somebody definitely, is about to receive some spiritual and physical justice out here. We got a Libra, so you could be a Libra or have Libra in your chart. Yeah. There is somebody, or some people that definitely, engaged in, some type of manipulative behavior. And it definitely, has something to do, with, being a slave to digital devices. So it definitely could have something to do with, like, social media. This definitely could have something to do, with, like, getting readings on somebody. But, somebody definitely needs to know that they're about to be showered with blessings out here. But there definitely, could be somebody, that, they have to have some type of disappointing, conversation with somebody. I don't know. Somebody, could have to have a disappointing conversation with their son, with their family. Somebody, could have a disappointing conversation with, whoever this message could be resonating with. Yep. Somebody definitely needs to know that, Angel Ariel is definitely bringing in spiritual and physical blessings for somebody. But there is somebody, that doesn't want somebody to have real love out here. Or there are some people, that doesn't want somebody to have real love. So that could be, the people that could be about to, receive, like some type of reality check. But we have an unsolicited advice giver. So I feel like that there could be somebody, or some people that feel like that somebody, is an unsolicited advice giver. But I feel like that somebody, has given somebody, like some good advice out here. So whoever this is that doesn't want somebody to have real love, they could be saying, oh, they're just giving you advice because that's how they feel, going back to, the feelings and emotions. They're just saying that because, they don't want you to be a part of your, us, or, but no, somebody has a calling on their life. Somebody has a purpose to fulfill. Somebody definitely is supposed to be on, like their divine path. So we got time has ran out. So time has ran out for somebody. Time is definitely ran out for somebody that doesn't want somebody to have real love. But something about, like some type of a court situation. Something about, like somebody's son. Something about, like somebody being pregnant. I don't know. We got positive blood test. So somebody, could find out, that somebody's pregnant. Somebody that doesn't want somebody to have real love, like they could, manipulate somebody, to, get in the bed with them, just to, like, have sex. But this positive blood test could also have something to do, with, like somebody's health. Because we got the serious card. But somebody definitely is being told to keep their business to themselves. But I feel like that there is somebody, like an unsolicited advice giver, that could have told somebody, like to keep their business to themselves. And maybe, they were supposed to share this business, to somebody, or share some information with somebody and they didn't. This could have something to do with, a positive blood test. If somebody is pregnant, I feel like like somebody definitely could need to keep their business to themselves. Because, there is somebody or some people that doesn't want somebody to have real love. Definitely, when it comes to somebody's friends. But, we got Smash Mountain. So somebody definitely, could be about to learn a lesson and it has something to do with, sexy time. Mm-hmm. But something about, yeah, somebody cutting something off because something is a big distraction. So it could have something to do with somebody. So it goes back to, yeah, like somebody, you know, like ending something with somebody, you know, like to start, you know, like something new. Mm-hmm. We got one person's trash is another person's treasure. So, somebody definitely, yeah, could have, you know, threw somebody away only for, yeah, like somebody, you know, to be found. But when it comes to somebody's story's never changed out here. So I don't know if people were trying to manipulate somebody to believe that somebody was lying. So it goes back to, yeah, somebody getting readings on somebody, you know, and yeah, like they're pissed because, yeah, they could find out that, yeah, somebody's story never changed. They could find out, you know, that, yeah, like somebody, you know, was telling the truth. Mm-hmm. Somebody definitely is meddling real bad, getting readings on somebody. For sure. But there is somebody that definitely, yeah, could be on the verge of a mental breakdown out here. So that could be the person that could be finding out that, yeah, like, people don't want, you know, somebody to have real love out here. Uh-huh. Somebody, you know, could be on the verge of a mental breakdown because, yeah, they could have get some type of reality check. That, yeah, whatever, you know, is going on, yeah, it's a part of their destiny. It's a part of their fate. Somebody, you know, could be on the verge of a mental breakdown because, yeah, they were trying to prove, they hit rock bottom trying to prove somebody wrong out here. Mm-hmm. So somebody just needs to be aware because something, you know, could be too good to be true out here. Or somebody, you know, could be on the verge of a mental breakdown because maybe, you know, somebody, yeah, is finding out that, yeah, somebody's a part of their destiny and fate. And maybe they thought that something, you know, was too good to be true. So maybe somebody didn't trust it. That could be why they, you know, denied somebody or why they, yeah, basically offended the Most High God. This is like God, you know, looking at somebody, you know, like, with the arms folded, like, what you was expecting, you know, yeah, like the manifestation or the blessing, you know, that you asked me for to come, you know, wrap, sealed in a box with, you know, like a bow and wrapping paper. Like, are you dumb? Wow. But I feel like that, yeah, somebody, you know, could be realizing that, yeah, like, whoever the unsolicited advice givers were, yeah, they just didn't want somebody to have real love out here. Mm-hmm. So somebody, you know, could want to acknowledge their mistakes out here. Somebody, you know, could be about to learn a lesson about, you know, like, yeah, like, not acknowledging their mistakes. There could be somebody, you know, that, yeah, they could be trying to save themselves by lying under oath out here. So somebody definitely, yeah, could have to go to court. Or somebody, you know, could have already went to court. But yep, somebody, you know, could be on the verge of a mental breakdown because everybody, yeah, could know what they did out here. Wow, we got an empath. So you could be an empath. Everybody knows what they did, yeah, to an empath out here. So somebody definitely has an empath. But we got a sick feminine energy at the bottom of the deck. So going back to the positive blood test. So there's a sick feminine energy that doesn't want somebody to have real love. Whoever this is, they could be on the verge of a mental breakdown. I don't know if somebody, you know, wants to acknowledge their mistakes when it comes to, you know, like sleeping with whoever this sick feminine energy is. That could be, you know, like the confession that somebody has. But yeah, whoever this sick feminine energy is, yeah, they could be reckless and promiscuous out here. Yeah, but when it comes to, yeah, like somebody learning some type of lesson, yeah, somebody has learned to accept what they can't change. Yeah, and somebody, you know, stays focused on what they can. But there is somebody that wants somebody to change their tune out here. But yeah, somebody owns the station, so somebody wants somebody to be quiet. So whatever somebody, you know, whatever everybody knows that somebody did, one of the things that they were trying to do was, yeah, get somebody to be quiet. So somebody, you know, could have been trying to, you know, like quiet somebody with lies. Yeah, because whoever this is, they're a low down dirty liar. This is somebody that lacks empathy for other people. But there is somebody, you know, that calls themselves an empath. But yeah, like they're a low down dirty liar. They lack empathy for others. So how can you be an empath if you lack empathy for others? Somebody, you know, could have their heart on ice out here. We got Aquarius, Pisces, Cusper. There's Aquarius, Pisces, Cusper. Yeah, that definitely is involved. Yep, November came right back out. So something about November is very significant. So something, you know, could take place, yeah, like in November. Somebody, you know, could have met somebody in November. But yeah, somebody's bad outweighs their good out here. So yeah, going back to, yeah, somebody having, you know, like some type of karmic debt to pay. So yeah, whoever this is that wanted somebody to change their tune, yeah, this is somebody, you know, that, yeah, like they lied on somebody. They could have twisted facts. They could have omitted key details. This is like, too, somebody getting readings on somebody. Yeah. So like somebody, you know, could have gotten a reading, but the person that they got the reading from could have lied. They could have twisted facts. They could have omitted key details, you know, to make somebody look a certain type of way. And so, yeah, there could be people that know, yeah, what somebody did. I don't know if this is somebody that's in somebody's family, you know. But there's also somebody that lied. They twisted facts. They omitted key details when they, yeah, decided, you know, like to tell somebody some information. So be aware, because, yeah, there could be somebody or some people that could be trying to cause some type of diversion out here. Yeah, because somebody's about to be showered with blessings. We got counseling or therapy. So maybe somebody, you know, yeah, somebody's son, you know, needs to go to counseling or therapy. Or something about, yeah, like somebody lying, twisting facts, omitting key details when it comes to, you know, like to the courts. But somebody, you know, could be choosing, you know, like to go to counseling or therapy, because I did pick up on, yeah, like somebody having, you know, like some mental issues. But something about, yeah, everybody knows what they did. So something about, yeah, when it comes to, you know, like somebody's son, or when it comes to, you know, like, yeah, family members, somebody's friends know what, yeah, somebody did. This could have something to do with somebody could, you know, communicating, you know, with the past, or going back to, yeah, expect a phone call. So somebody from somebody's past, you know, could try to communicate with somebody. We got a father. So somebody's father could be involved. Somebody could have lied, you know, on somebody's father, or twisted facts, or omitted key details. Or, yeah, somebody lied about who the father of a child or some children are. Or somebody, you know, could have listened to, you know, like their father. So everybody knows what they did when it comes to, yeah, somebody's father or somebody's baby father. But we got blessings, manifestations, wishes, and dreams. So, yeah, somebody's blessings, yeah, are on the way. Somebody definitely is in manifestation mode. Somebody's wishes and dreams are definitely, yeah, about to be fulfilled out here. But something about, yeah, like somebody's father could be passed over. That could be, you know, that passed over loved one, you know. They could be watching over somebody. But we got please don't hate me. So somebody doesn't want somebody to hate them out here. But this is somebody, you know, that, yeah, they don't want somebody to have real love. So whatever they did, they did. Now they don't want somebody to hate them. Whoever this is, yeah, they're a people-pleasing ass mofo. Be aware, because somebody definitely, yeah, could try to bring forth some type of shut up money. Or there's somebody, you know, that paid people to keep something quiet. This could be, yeah, going back to, yeah, the courts. Or paid authorities, you know, like to convict somebody. Somebody doesn't want somebody, you know, like to hate them, you know, for like keeping quiet about some information as well. Yeah, we got a control freak. So there's a control freak that, yeah, they're on the verge of having a mental breakdown out here. Wow. Somebody definitely, yeah, could be about to, you know, enter into to some financial freedom out here. So somebody, you know, could have to go to court. But something about, yeah, like somebody doing something, you know, to, yeah, like try to become financially free. It could go back to, you know, like somebody wanting somebody to be physically or karmically in debt. Yeah. Whatever's going on, yeah, it's at a distance. Or there are some people that are at a distance from somebody. Yep. This came right back out. So, yeah. Somebody definitely needs to know that, yeah, the best things in life are free out here. We got premeditated crime. So somebody, you know, yeah, they could have premeditated some type of crime. This could be against somebody. Going back to, yeah, getting revenge. Somebody, you know, could be an owner of a business. Somebody, you know, could be about to become an owner of a business. Something about an owner of a business lying for somebody or some people. I feel like somebody definitely, yeah, needs to, you know, like keep their business to themselves. But somebody, you know, could be learning, yeah, like a valuable lesson about, yeah, like keeping, you know, like their business to themselves out here. Yeah. We got a habitual liar. So there's a habitual liar out here that lied, twisted facts, omitted key details out here. Somebody, you know, could have lied to a counselor or or you know, like a therapist out here. Somebody definitely, yeah, could have been trying to block somebody's intuition. Whoever this is, they definitely, yeah, could be holding on to some type of grudges against somebody. This is somebody, you know, that, yeah, they could be jealous of somebody. This is somebody that definitely, yeah, shows conditional kindness out here. We got receiving email. So somebody, you know, could receive an email. Anything else, Holy Spirit? Somebody's lost in the sauce. And yeah, whoever this is, they can't catch up. So somebody's being told, yeah, to keep a positive outlook even in difficult times. We got unpaid child support and alimony. So somebody, you know, could, yeah, like have some type of unpaid child support or alimony, or somebody's holding on to grudges because of some type of unpaid child support or alimony. Somebody, you know, could premeditate some type of crime because of some unpaid child support or alimony. Yeah, we got a master of deflection. So be aware of whoever this master of deflection is. But we got court documents. So somebody, you know, could receive, you know, like some email, and it can have something to do with some court documents. There are some court documents that have something to do with some unpaid child support and alimony out here. Yeah, but somebody definitely, yeah, told beautiful lies. They made false promises. And somebody definitely needs to know that, yeah, they're being vindicated out here. Mm-hmm. If somebody, was, yeah, like, try to get somebody, involved with some type of premeditated crime, yeah, somebody's being vindicated for that as well. Somebody, could have a gambling problem out here. Mm-hmm. Yep. There's also somebody that, yeah, they're free from their toxic family, or somebody, is about to be free, from their toxic family. There is somebody that, yeah, they're disconnected from their true self out here. But somebody, could be free from their toxic family because of, yeah, like some type of false allegations or lies. Or, yeah, somebody's being vindicated of the false allegations or lies that were told against somebody. But, yep, somebody has a guardian angel that definitely is beside them. And, yeah, we got court date, court hearing. So somebody, could have some type of court date or court hearing, This could be in November. But yeah, there's an inside job. So somebody, that, yeah, they could have worked for the court. So they could have paid or worked for whoever they worked for. And they could have paid whoever they, whoever they work for or work with, to, yeah, convict somebody or to, yeah, like do some shiesty shit. Mm-hmm. But there is somebody or some people that, yeah, they're about to learn that, yeah, you were sent as a lesson to teach a lesson. And yeah, there's somebody or some people that, yeah, they don't get no more chances out here. So it could be, yeah, like somebody's family, somebody's friends. But somebody definitely, yeah, is going to receive an email. This could also be, too, like somebody don't get no more chances to respond. So somebody, could be choosing not to respond to some type of emails or some type of communications. Mm-hmm. Yep. So we got check your mail. So somebody definitely, yeah, could receive a letter in the mail. But there is somebody or some people that were involved in coercion out here. There definitely, yeah, could have been somebody or some people, that could have been, yeah, harassing somebody. Something about, yeah, somebody saying that somebody, was harassing their son. Somebody's being vindicated because of that as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but there is somebody, there's people that they don't get no more chances, to, yeah, want to catch somebody in the act to have some type of one-up on somebody. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because whoever this is, yeah, they tell lie after lie. There's somebody that don't get no more chances, yeah, to tell lie after lie out here. Mm. You could be seeing the angel number 911. Yep, it's all about endings and new beginnings, spiritual enlightenment and growth. Somebody definitely, yeah, could have been stuck in denial since May the 10th. Or something about, yeah, May the 10th could be significant. Mm-hmm. We got Virgo season, so we're not in Virgo season just yet, but in a couple of days we will be in Virgo season. So something, could take place within the next couple of days. Anything else? Yep. There's somebody or some people that threw the rock and now they're trying to play victim. Or in the next couple of days, yeah, somebody, whoever this is that threw the rock, they're gonna, yeah, like try to play victim. Mm-hmm. Yep, this could be somebody that somebody, was in a long-term commitment with, or somebody, was stuck in denial about some type of long-term commitment. During Virgo season, somebody definitely, yeah, could, get into some type of long-term commitment out here. Is there anything else, Holy Spirit? We got April. So something, could have taken place in April, May. Somebody, could have been stuck in denial, for a very long time. It could be about a long-term commitment, or it could be about their family. It could be about their friends, But there is, somebody's name could be April. But there is somebody that definitely, hates somebody because they ain't somebody out here. This is somebody that, somebody could have left. Somebody could have ghosted, or somebody, disappeared on somebody. We have a group of men, so there could be a group of men, that could hate, a divine masculine because they ain't a divine masculine. So they could be a part of some type of coercion, or they could be a part of whatever this is. But whoever this group of men, they definitely, are a part of whatever this is. And whoever these people are, they can't clean up the mess that they made. Wow. So somebody definitely needs to know that, they are about to be showered with some blessings. Somebody definitely, could be, like on the road to financial freedom. So, as I always say, y'all, keep your head held high and your middle finger higher, and everything's going to turn out in your favor. With that being said, y'all, that's been your message. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.